Hello. Obviously, there's a lot of Doctor Who news going around at the moment regarding the new series under Russell's return. Apart from covering the casting of Ncuti Gatwa, I haven't really covered this. And that's just because I sort of want to go into this new series completely blind without knowing anything. But today, I want to cover the new trailer and talk briefly about what's happening with new Doctor Who. So the first proper look we have of the new Doctor Who is the 60th anniversary trailer. Not only does it reintroduce us back to the 10th Doctor, who is also the 14th Doctor, or are they different incarnations? Or are they the same and different incarnations? I don't think we know yet. And of course, the Nobles. Now, a stunt like this hasn't been done in the mainstream Doctor Who TV show before, but it's quite nice. It almost picks up from where Russell left off back in 2008, 2009. Now, I'm in that sort of age group where I grew up watching Series 3, 4, the specials as a kid. So it's quite nice to have these characters come back. And certainly it's going to bring back quite a lot of viewers who stopped watching Doctor Who at that time. I mean, just from having David Tennant and Catherine Tate back, there's a lot of people in my sort of circles talking about Doctor Who again, which is great. Obviously, this is 15 years on, so we get introduced to the latest members of the Noble family. I'm talking about Rose, who I think is supposed to be Donna's daughter. So that's going to be interesting. Now, mainly the trailer focuses on new elements that will come into this new era from the show, but in a way that honours its history. And it does this by bringing sort of elements from the expanded media, such as the comic books. I mean, I'd never heard of the Wraith Warriors or Beat the Meat before the trailer. Obviously, I've done a little bit of research. But it's very nice that they're honouring what has come before, but not in the direct series. This is something new that not many people know of, apart from obviously those people that are massively into the comics. Obviously, we also get the reintroduction of UNIT, which is very nice to see. It's very hard to imagine Doctor Who now, I think, especially on Earth without UNIT. Obviously, they've been around since the 1970s or 80s. Obviously, 1980s in the show and 1970s in real life. But it's very nice to see them return. I did think it was a big mistake how they got rid of them during the Jodie Whittaker era, but there you go. But they're now back, which is good. So, well done. Not only does UNIT return, but also the Celestial Toymaker, which is very exciting. Obviously, the Celestial Toymaker hasn't been seen since the Hartnell era, if you're only going off the TV show, which would be great. It'd be interesting. Neil Patrick Harris as well, I think is a very good choice. And I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring to his character. Just from the trailer, it just looks like he delivers sort of a very different performance to what we've seen before. But I think it's going to be faithful. I'm just very intrigued to see what he's going to do with this malevolent, celestial, sort of godlike character. Now, we've seen a couple of different images of Ncuti Gatwa's new Doctor Who costume. Overall, I really like them. Looking at his first costume, the one with the orange jumper, we have the overcoat / trench coat, suede boots. I think I actually have a pair of those trousers, so that's nice. It feels very doctory to me. I do really like it. The jewellery is a nice touch as well. I feel like it's quite modern. I feel like people, especially guys, do wear more jewellery. I mean, I have a bracelet and I wear a chain. So yeah, it's quite so it's quite modernised, which is sort of nice to see. So it does sort of bring it more into, obviously, the 2020s, which we're now in, but still feels very faithful to the Doctor's character, which is very, very nice to see. Now the second costume, now it has a different coat which I think feels very similar to the 10th Doctor's coat. I love this new shirt. I think if anyone can pull it off, it's Ncuti. He can. Not a fan of the trainers. I sort of feel like they're too common. They just sort of feel like anyone's wearing trainers. Nah, not a fan of them. I'd say out of the two costumes, I would prefer the second one. Obviously, minus the shoes. Get rid of those shoes. Bring back the suede boots, please. I just wanted to add something. A couple of weeks after I finished this video, a new costume of Ncuti and Millie from the 60s was released. So let's quickly go over that. First off, we have a different hairstyle for the 15th Doctor, which looks quite 60s/early 70s. It seems the 15th Doctor's going to sort of transform into his surroundings to a degree, which is quite refreshing. And actually, I think it's a good idea. The suit reminds me of a mashup between the 3rd Doctor's costume, as a purple version of this double-breasted jacket was worn in Planet of the Daleks, and the 10th Doctor's blue suit. Again, I like it. I think it's the 3rd costume we've seen Millie Gibson in. More on her in a second. This is the most different costume we've seen her in, as it's a period costume, compared to a modern day look that she's worn on set and what we've seen so far. We have a new companion, played by Millie Gibson, and her character is called Ruby Sunday. The Doctor's obviously got a type. I don't know anything about this character other than obviously the casting, Millie Gibson. Her and Ncuti seem to have a really good chemistry, which is sort of seen in some sort of promotional thing which they've done on YouTube. They're asking each other questions. So it's really good to see sort of the chemistry the two actors have, and I'm very excited to see what their characters are gonna bring to the TARDIS and what they're going to be like on screen. Now, more recently, over the last sort of month, few weeks, there's been a lot of actors announced that that's making an appearance in the upcoming series. I can't say I recognise any of these actors. I don't particularly want to research these actors, as I want to go into this new era, as I've said quite a few times now, relatively blind. I am very excited to see what Russell's going to do second time around. I think 15 years is a long time to have stepped away from the programme. He's going to come in and basically hit the ground running. Obviously, he's done a few shows since Doctor Who, and they've all been great since. So he's still got the knack. He's still an excellent TV writer. He's still capable of creating brilliant TV shows. But I feel like this second time around is going to be more flush. It's going to be more professional. It's going to be better than it was first time around. Now, the publicity for the show coming back, obviously David Tennant, Catherine Tate, that little section which will then segue into Ncuti Gatwa. The publicity's working because, as I said briefly before, people are talking about Doctor Who again, which is a little bit strange. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, I think, because for a long time now, Doctor Who, nobody's really been talking about it. I am looking forward to Series 14, and I do wish Ncuti and Millie the best of luck for what's to come. And that's it. That's my thoughts. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And other than that, I don't want to know until broadcast, where hopefully I will be pleasantly surprised and will really enjoy Doctor Who again, other than the classic series. And if it's not good, then we'll just pretend it's not happening again, and I'll go back and just watch Full Circle or something. I don't know. Yeah. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, feel free to subscribe for similar content. If there was a particular video or section of the video you liked, let me know by liking or commenting on the video. Your likes and comments could influence the next topic I talk about. Thanks for watching.